Hey guys, can you guys hear me? It's good to see you. This is unique. A little bit different. Miss you guys. Am I supposed to be starting here?
Yeah,
Keith,
Coach.
am I supposed to be starting, Keith? Am I
Coach,
good?
if you want to start us off with an opening statement, Coach, just some thoughts on the team and how the offseason's been going together, and then
Okay.
we'll take questions from there.
First, I appreciate you guys being here or being on the computer now. Seems like these are all the meetings nowadays. This is how it's done in 2020. We just finished up a practice. I mean, we've been practicing and we've been here since June too. So very thankful that we've been able to keep our guys healthy, and very thankful for the university and Pat Hobbs and Dr. Bouchard, Dr. Womack, all the people that have worked for hours and months and weeks about the protocol here for keeping our guys safe and healthy. I'm very thankful for our guys that they've really done a great job of sacrificing and keeping themselves healthy. And I'm going to miss seeing you guys at the rack. This is our new normal. But I'm excited about the season. I really am. Our program has come a long way. I'm excited about 16 guys having a 3.0 grade point average. I'm really excited about the development of our veteran guys and our young guys coming in. I'm excited about our new president at our university here, President Holloway, who's been exciting and involved. Also want to congratulate him on starting our new institute, for the study of global justice. To do that in his first, 4 months, amazing. Raised $15 million for that cause. That's unbelievable, especially in this day and age with the pandemic. So very thankful to be back for my 5th year. Seems like I just started 5 minutes ago, but 5 years have gone by quickly, and very thankful for you guys and always your coverage of our program. So that's my opening statement. Is that a good one?
Thanks, Coach. We'll start off with a question from Jerry, and then if anybody else has any questions, be sure just to use that raise your hand tool, and I'll get to as many as we can.
Thanks, Steve. The first ever press conference question from a turnpike rest stop.
Be careful.
Yeah, I stopped driving. I'm not breaking any laws. So first question: how do you prepare a team for a season when you don't even really know what your schedule is, and like schedules are changing by the day?
I'm prepared. I'm excited. I think, I've tried since June to prepare them for a season. I know we're going to have a season. Who we're going to play, that's a whole nother story. But it's right around the corner. Everyone's worked too hard. There's a lot of basketball programs too that are up and running. You're only going to read about the few that aren't. There's a lot of Division I programs that are up and running and doing a great job. I think all year long, you are going to have to navigate COVID. You're never going to have your whole team. It's just like any year. You have injuries, and I'm really looking at, COVID the same way. If a guy, sprains an ankle or something, he's going to be out 21 days. Hopefully he's fine and healthy and not affected by it. But we're going to have to navigate all kinds of obstacles with the season, with travel, with contract tracing, with all the things that you deal with this virus. So, but I am confident, Jerry, we're going to have a good year, and we're going to play basketball this year. They're playing football, where the NFL's playing, the NBA played. I think it's great for our guys too. They love being on the court. It's really their only normal, part of their day nowadays. And they come out and they look forward to practicing and stuff. And we certainly are going to look forward to playing some other people.
I'll go next to a question to Bobby Darren.
There you go. Sorry, Coach. What areas do you think this group has improved upon, in the last couple of months? And what areas are you hoping to see, get a little bit better over the next few weeks?
I mean, that's always a question. I guess we need to improve every area. I mean, there's no team right now that feels good really about anything. I am excited that we're a veteran team. It's the first time in my tenure here that we've actually had some guys that have been through a lot. So we got, seniors, we have some juniors that have logged a ton of minutes. We have some sophomores that have logged a ton of minutes. So I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about our depth because I think we've tried to build a program that has had depth. I play my depth. We're only going to be as good as our bench too. So I feel like this year more than ever, your depth is really going to get tested. I like the fact that we can go 10, 11, deep, with this group. But we got to continue to get better in every area. Like, I don't love our defense at all, and you guys are going to say that our numbers last year, like, numbers don't, tell the whole story sometimes. I mean, the numbers weren't where I wanted them last year. Certainly the different things we could do defensively weren't where I wanted them, last year, or they're not to this point. I think we could score the ball a little bit better, but that doesn't solve all your problems. We have to make free throws. That's been a big issue for us, and that's going to be important for us, all year, making, shooting the ball better from 3-point land. But we play in the best league in the country, and you got to be able to play multiple styles. I think people just don't realize the depth of our conference and the depth of styles that everyone plays. Wisconsin slows the ball down, and holds it. Michigan State wants to get a shot up every 5 seconds, and you turn around and you play Michigan, and they space the floor out and have 6'11", 7-foot 3-point shooters, and then you play Purdue, they run 100 sets. So the quality teams in our league and the preparation that you have to be on top of, really stresses your whole program and your bench and everybody else. So we have to improve in every area, and we have to improve against playing all those different styles too, which is hard to simulate when you're practicing. So, I think we've improved. I think our depth is better. This year's just going to be unique in every way. And again, we're playing in the best league in the country. So the challenges come every time. We're going to play 20 out of 25 games in league play. So 80% of our schedule is league play. Last year we had 11 non-conference games. You're only going to have 5. And so you're playing iron every night. 7 teams are ranked in the top 25 and possibly could be 9 or 10 that, receiving votes. So, challenges. Coronavirus in this league, be challenging.
Take the next question from Keith Sargent.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Keith, good to see you.
So looking back on last March, does having the rug pulled out from you last March, missing the NCAA tournament, that serve as a little bit of motivation for you and for the team?
Hoping any of that motivates, my team. Our goal every year is to play in the tournament. Unfortunate, I feel bad for Aquazi and feel bad for Shaq Carter and Joey Downs, 3 seniors that don't have another shot at it. But, hopefully we're a team that, we become a team that plays in the tournament, and we're not answering those questions, ever again down the road. We just go every year, just like most of the teams in our league go. And that's where I want to get this program at. But I think our guys are motivated. I think they're motivated to have a great year. I really do. I think this group has been tight-knit. They spent a lot of time certainly together in Colvin. We're the only ones here on campus over here on Livingston. So it's been a long journey for them, and I think they're excited, about playing. But, I think they're motivated to win basketball games and keep this program at a high level. Jordan, you on there?
Take the next question from Brian Fonseca.
Yeah, hey Steve, how are you?
Brian, good.
It looked like just off today. It looked like Gio sat out for a bit in practice and was struggling a bit. Is he doing all right?
No, he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. Just had a headache, and that gives me a headache when he has a headache. So, yeah, he's fine. I mean, we've had the normal preseason. We've sprained ankles. We had bone bruises. We've had headaches. We've had quarantines we've had to deal with. Luckily, we've been very healthy in that area, but we've dealt with a little bit of everything today. So, if you came yesterday, you would have liked one player. If you came today, you'll like another player. So we've had all that. It's made our preseason interesting, but these guys have, stayed together, and that's the good part. Our young incoming group has added a lot of competition, which I think has helped. Their size is terrific. But Gio's been good. I'm expecting him to practice tomorrow.
We'll take the next question from Cratch.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, two questions. One, when do you guys start with the daily antigen testing? And two, have you done anything different in terms of meetings or practices to kind of split the guys up? So, if God forbid something happens, you have two guards to play a game, or have two big.
We've been, I don't know if it's a month now, we've been daily, testing. So we've been doing it for a while. I used to only get nervous 2 times a week. Now I get nervous every day until the lady comes down. We've been spreading our guys out. The good part of our new facility, we got the best facility in the country. And quite honestly, having the outdoor space, which I know we didn't, design it that way for COVID, but it's really helped us. We meet outside a great deal, and the weather's been nice too. Our weight room can go indoors and outdoors. The size of our facility too, our locker room is bigger. Everything's bigger, so it's been better for being able to adapt. But I've met more one-on-one with guys. My staff has to wear their mask all the time. We've made a lot of adjustments, quite honestly, and we have meetings all the time. Everything's about COVID and protocols and water bottles to stools at the games to testing referees. Spent hours and hours on Zoom calls, how to keep these guys as safe as possible. So it's in every conversation as we start the season. It's going to be in every pregame talk and postgame talk. And, it's, as you can tell, in the country is, really getting hit hard right now. We want to just try to keep our guys safe. But, yeah, we try to do everything we can to keep them spaced apart. And, it's a little harder in basketball. I guess football has more players, but, I can't divide the point guards and the two guards and stuff, as much as, I try to divide them as much as I can. But sometimes you got to have 2 point guards going against each other, It's just the way it is.
We'll go. Next question is Steve Politi.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Steve, good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, for a lot of people, you guys getting pulled off the court that night in Indianapolis was really the first moment like, wow, this is, our world is changing. Are you at all frustrated that all these months later, we are still here in this country dealing with this, worrying about this, not knowing what's going to happen in the next few months, just from a personal standpoint?
Yeah. Everyone, I think, is frustrated. Everyone would like to have a vaccination. I think we've learned a lot in this period of time. I've learned to appreciate some things that I never had a chance in 30 years of coaching to appreciate. And I appreciate my team more. I think I've gotten better as a coach. I've been able to focus more, not in as many planes and trains and automobiles as in the past. But yeah, everyone's disappointed. I thought we'd start the season up and we could have fans at the rack and we could, get back to life, being normal. But, those are the obstacles. When I took the job 4 years ago, I think, Jerry Carino told me a lot of obstacles and he never told me about a pandemic coming. But, this is the world we're living in right now. We got social issues. We had Kobe Bryant. We had George Floyd we had to deal with, canceling the NCAA tournament, canceling our tournament, presidential election that was, highly heated. So we've had to deal with a lot in our guys. I told our guys it took them 50 years to go experience all that. They did it in 6 months, and so we're still here, but I think we're rounding the corner, hopefully with the vaccination. And, we got to just keep our people safe. And that's the most important thing we've done since June. And we're going to continue to do that. But, yeah, I wish we were in a better place, but this is where we are right now with it.
We'll take the next question from Richie. Richie Saturday.
Hey, Coach, what's going on?
Richie, how are you?
I'm good. So you guys brought in 3, technically 4 freshmen, if you count Oscar, who came in January. What stands out about that group so far?
First of all, the 4 guys have been so coachable. They've been great physically too. They're big and athletic. It's the biggest group we've ever brought in. But really, they're workers. They're good teammates. I love what they bring to us. And they're talented, basketball players. So, I couldn't be more pleased. They really have fit in great. We lost some really good teammates and some coachable kids in Aquazi and Shaq, and Joey Downs too was part of our class last year. But these kids really have come in. They've given us an added dimension of competitiveness at all those positions. Miles and Cliff go at it every day, and Mowat and Ron Harper go at it every day, and Oscar goes at it every day. And they've really done a really good job of raising the level of our practices. So couldn't be more pleased. It's by far our best class, and they're good students, they're good people, they're coachable. All the things I want here at Rutgers, and all the things I want my program to be about. And they're going to be great teammates too. They cheer for their Montez. They cheer for the older guys. They push them, and they're friendly with them too off the court. So really like what they've brought to the program. And then yesterday we added two more nice pieces to our program. Two great kids with tremendous upsides from great families. All the qualities I really look for, gym rats and really good basketball players. So the future is bright here on the Banks.
Take a question from Aaron Brightman.
Hey, Coach. How are you?
Aaron, good. How are you?
Good. Wanted to ask about Paul McCahey. Looks like physically he's really developed in the offseason. Wanted to ask about the growth in his game, potentially how he could help fill the gap in McConnell's absence, and just what your expectations are for him this season.
Yeah, Paul's been unbelievable, and he started a foundation too as a freshman here, doing great things for the state of New Jersey. But Paul had a great offseason. I think he's gotten taller too. He told me that 6'7". But physically, he looks different. He's really comfortable. He improved his, jump shot, his ball handling. He's been great in practice. By far, been our best assist guy. And defensively too, he's made some really good jumps. He's going to play a huge role for us because he can play so many positions. He can guard so many positions. He's unselfish. He got all the great qualities, and it's going to be a huge key to our season this year.
Take a question from Jaden Daly.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Jaden, good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. I know it really doesn't mean much to the grand scheme of things 2 weeks after the season, but can you comment about having a preseason ranking going into the year and just how far the program has come from when you arrived 4 years ago to where it is now?
I mean, again, I think it's, compliment to our players and how hard they've worked and to change the narrative of Rutgers basketball. They've sacrificed a lot. We have guys now on the watch list. We have freshmen that people are talking about. We have the Kuzi watch list and Julius Irving watch list. So, really just a credit, first of all, credit to my staff. And I'm very thankful. They're all back. They all had chances to leave. I mean, Carl Hobbs, Brandon Knight, Steve Hain, Shoes Vitrone, Ben Asher, Mike Larkin, TJ Thompson. I mean, just really good people, good basketball people, all could be running their own programs too. So a credit to the work that they've done, really, more than anything over the last 4 years. And a credit really too to the environment that the RAC and the excitement that the RAC has helped generate, with our program. So those guys get all the credit for that. I mean, it doesn't mean anything once the ball goes up on the 25th. Rankings and lists and all that stuff, then you got to do the real hard work. But, real thankful that, those guys have helped, build this program into a program that people can be proud of. And, I think that's what my staff has done for us, and lucky to keep him around. Brandon's a head coach and waiting. Carl's been a head coach. He's been Atlantic 10 coach of the year. Steve Hain's been Division II coach of the year. I mean, these guys would, just lucky to have them. And, they continue to develop the program, the way I want it to be developed. I want to recruit kids that want to be here. I want to recruit kids that want to get better. I want to recruit kids that want to represent our program. I want to recruit kids that want to graduate. And these guys have been great and, in doing that. And our guys have jumped on board. Montez Mathis has, gotten better. Like all these guys. Ron Harper's gotten better. Paul's gotten better. That's how I want to build this. Miles Johnson's gotten better. Build this program, find these young guys and help develop them and have my staff continue to do the great work that they've done. So those rankings are a product of that work.
take one from Jerry Carino.
Jerry, you still in the rest area, or you start moving? I think you're.
Jerry, you're still
I think you're on mute.
muted.
Jerry.
I'm still here. The trucks are zooming by, but I'm still here. All right. So, Steve, all the extra eligibility you guys are going to have. How does that change the things you do as a coach, recruiting wise, player development, roster management wise? What's that been like for you?
You know, Jerry, quite honestly, when all that happened, I told all the players that, another year of college, you guys get the privilege to be able to, stay another year, get a master's degree, whatever you guys, decide that you want to do and be. But I reiterated to them, be where your feet are today. All that stuff is down the road. Let's enjoy this season. Let's have the greatest season, hopefully, in Rutgers basketball, history. That's what we want to try to do. But you can't make decisions like that down the road. They got more opportunities. I'm glad the NCAA has put in new rules to give guys more opportunities. I tell them all the time, don't be in a hurry to leave college. They're going to have more opportunities than ever. They're going to put the transfer immediate rule in. They're going to have name, image, and likeness rules. So, all these things benefit the student athlete, and I'm all for, all those things and give them as much as we can possibly give them. But we'll worry about all that stuff at the end of the year. I told them all that I hope they all stay as long as they can with me, but at some point in time, they may be sick of me too. So, but if they want to stay for as long as they can stay, I want to coach them. And I said that to all the players, and I sincerely mean that too. I really do.
We'll take two more. We'll take one from Chris Nowalski, and then we'll finish with Keith Sargent.
Hey, Coach. I'm just curious if you have a starting lineup set and who would be in there?
Yeah. You know me. I love the starting lineup question because it means the least to me, and you guys think I kid about that. I don't. I think our depth is going to decide if we have a great season this year. So, I don't make those decisions, too early. I mean, we got a lot of returning starters. I always felt like last year we had 8 or 9 guys that could start games. I think COVID's going to dictate a lot of this stuff too. But, guys are competing still for minutes, and, we're gonna keep it that way for the next 2 weeks too. And if they're hungry to start, then they got 2 more weeks to prove, that they're starters. But, I really believe this, in order to be really special, we got to have, 9 or 10 players that could really play, and we got to be ready for whatever the game brings us, this year. So I'm not as caught up in starting. I know the kids are. I know how important it is to them, but it's never been one of my big things. I really believe guys coming off the bench could play more minutes depending on the games, depending on the situation. But we have a lot of starters. We have a lot of choices. At some point in time, I got to get it to 5, but I'm not there yet.
All right, we'll call it 2 more now, and we'll give one to Sarge and let Cratch finish us off after that.
Steve, I know we get it all the time. I'm sure you're getting the same question, but do you think that you'll be playing on November 25th? I know a lot of it's beyond your control, but
yeah.
When do you think a schedule will be out?
I mean, I don't know when the league schedule is going to come out, so we're definitely playing on the 25th. Feel 100% confident, in that. And then after that, we'll see where it takes. But I think all year long we're going to have, some show. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we continue to manage, this the right way with our program. But I'm sure there's going to be, just like there are in football, and some stoppages or some postpones or delays. I'm hoping to get the schedule soon, but we're going to throw it up on the 25th, and hopefully our guys are ready. I tell them, it's a lot of things we can't control. Nobody's going to be in the gym this year. We have to bring our own energy. Whoever we play, we got to be ready to play. It's really going to be more about us, staying healthy and being ready to play than the opponent this year. And we're going to have a lot of different challenges that we haven't encountered in the past. And hopefully we've thought about a lot of them, and we've, getting ready, and hopefully we'll have some dates, and, that we can make up games, and, I think we'll be scheduling well into the season too this year. I think this is going to be a different kind of season. I think we're going to be calling schools in January saying, you lost a game, we lost a game, we have a free date, you have a free date, do you want to play? So I don't see that I see that happening too. So, but I do believe we're going to have a season this year, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be good for the state of New Jersey to have basketball playing just like it is. I mean, how great is it to watch football and the job that Coach Chiano's doing with our football team? I love, just tuning in and being excited, about watching, our football program and how quickly, he has done an unbelievable job to build the enthusiasm that he has. So I look forward to basketball jumping right into, and you'll have a football game on a Saturday, and whenever we're playing, you'll have a basketball game. So Rutgers Nation can be excited and busy watching TV, and I hope really that we have the highest watched games, basketball in the country, and that's what I'm hoping. Rutgers Nation, because they always stand up and support. Now they got to turn their TVs on and watch, and we'll try to remember and play hard for them.
Last question from Cratch, and then we'll let Coach go.
Steve, you just mentioned a couple of minutes ago the idea of having the best season in Rutgers history. Obviously there was a Rutgers team that was undefeated and played in the Final Four. There's really not much more you can do beyond that. Is that something you worry about talking about? I mean, your players have to realize that.
So should I say I want to have a top 2 season then?
That's what I'm saying. It's national championship is the only place really to go.
Well, I mean, obviously every team starts off the year like that, but the Big Ten wins national championships. That's the league we're in, guys. They go to Final Fours, and that's the league we're in, and Hall of Fame basketball coaches, and so, we have those kind of goals too. And I'm sure Coach Chiano has them too in football. I never said, these things aren't easy. Everyone's trying to do it. There's a lot of great teams out there, and there's a lot of great programs out there. But I think that's the exciting part of basketball. When you start off a season, like, those are your goals. Go to the NCAA tournament and, compete for national championships. I think that's the goal. That's why I came to play in this league and coach in this league. And that's why I came to this great university. So, those are the goals. You guys will write about it and do all that stuff, but you got to do it. You got to do it on the court. And, I'm lucky that I think every coach in our league starts out with those goals. I really do believe that.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Coach, for your time. We appreciate you.
That's it, Jordan. That's it. That's it. I was.
That's all.
Hey guys, I was on the Big Ten protocol meeting, but went for like 2.5 hours. So I talk about water bottles and towels and all that stuff. If you guys have any other questions, you just call me or call Jordan. I appreciate you guys, coming on, today and taking the time as always. And hopefully we get back to normal where we can, have you guys here in the rack. But I do thank you. And they are, Jordan, right, coming to the rack. You guys are all can come to games. You just got to socially distance. That's
wear your mask and all that.
Wear your mask, socially distance, and enjoy. So I appreciate you guys tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you very much.